welcome back. In today's video I'm finally going to share a doubles recipe, and this is no traditional recipe, okay guys? This is just something I've come up with from various recipes. This is just the way I like to make it. I'm very particular about doubles. I like thin bara and really thin chana with small chana grains. So I'm very particular about doubles, and that's why I had to do a lot of trial and error before coming up with this recipe. So I actually spoke to a couple people who are well versed in making doubles, and they gave me a couple hints here and there. They didn't share their full recipe with me, but they did give me a few tips. So it was very helpful in this video. So if you guys like it, leave me your comments below and let me know what you think. Tell me who your favorite doubles person is in Trinidad. Mine is Joe's from Orangefield and Kyle's and Shiguana's opposite the gas station. Those are my go-to doubles people when I go to Trinidad. So all the condiments that I use in this video, I previously did videos on those, so I will have it linked in the info above. You'll see a little eye on top, click that and you'll find those videos. So if you guys want to see how I do this doubles, then keep watching. So to start off, you'll need 1.5 cups of flour, a very tiny pinch of turmeric powder, or we call this saffron in Trinidad, even though it's not the same thing. It's two totally different things. But this is just about 1/8 of a teaspoon. I have 1/2 teaspoon of brown sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of yeast, 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and just about 2 tablespoons of oil that we're gonna knead the dough with. And you'll also need some water to make the dough. So now I'm gonna mix all my dry ingredients into the flour. And the sugar helps the yeast to activate. That's why we're adding sugar to this. So now you just want to mix all your dry ingredients into the flour. Incorporate everything. You can add a little bit of the oil as well. And add your water enough just to make a smooth paste. You want it to be softer than roti dough. And I'll show you how it's supposed to look. This is how soft you want it to be. If you're familiar with making sada roti, you want it to be a little softer than sada roti dough. Now I'm gonna add more of the oil and just continue kneading it in. And the trick to making the bara really soft is the amount of oil you put. So the more oil you put is the softer it's gonna be. And the longer you let it rest is the fluffier and softer it's gonna come out. So that looks good there, and I'm just gonna pour the rest of the oil over it. And now we're just gonna let it sit for about 6 to 8 hours. And as you can see, my dough is not very yellow. This is just how I like it. Some people like the dough very yellow with the turmeric, and I personally do not like that. If you like a lot more turmeric, then you can go right ahead and add some more. So I'm gonna set this aside in a warm place for about 6 hours, and I will come back and show you what it looks like. So for the chana, I just have a few ingredients. It's very simple to make. Even though it may seem complicated, it's very simple. I have 2 cups of chana that I pre-soaked. This has been soaking for about 16 hours. And this is small grain chana. It's not the typical chana that you would get in the pack or in the tin. This is called Kabuli Channa, and you can find it at the Indian stores. I'm not sure where in Trinidad you could find it, but in New York you can find it in any Indian store, like in Apna Bazaar or in any of those East Indian stores. And I chose to use this for my chana because I prefer the chana smaller. You can also just use regular chana if you want. So if you're using the can, you can use 2 cans of chana. This is also called garbanzo beans or chickpeas. I have also a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. I have about 2 tablespoons of green seasoning. This will be linked in the info above. I have 1 teaspoon of cumin or roasted jeera powder, and I have spicy curry powder. This is duck and goat curry powder, but you can use regular curry powder. And I have a turmeric powder. And you'll also need salt to taste. And you can add pepper to the chana if you want, but I'm going to be adding the pepper sauce on top of my doubles when I'm done, so I'm not going to add any extra pepper to the chana. So now I'm going to take you over to the pot to show you how we're going to prepare this. So I have my pot on high heat, and I'm just going to add in the 2 cups of pre-soaked chana. And in here I have 4 cups of water. To this, I'm also going to add the baking soda. And I'm just going to let that boil for about 15 minutes. So after about 10 minutes, you'll notice that it's going to get frothy at the top. And that's just the baking soda pulling all the impurities out of the chana. So what you want to do is just take a spoon and just scoop this off and just throw it away. So if you continue to see froth while it's boiling, just scoop it out and throw it away. So now we're going to let it boil for another 10 minutes, and then I'll come back and we'll start adding everything in it. So it's been about 20 minutes now, and I took the scum off of the top about 4 times. So that's how much impurities you're going to get at the top, and you want to just scoop that off and throw it away. So it looks like it's fairly good now. I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients. So you want to add your cumin or roasted jeera powder, the green seasoning, and the curry and saffron we're going to leave until the end. You also want to add a little bit of salt too, about 1 teaspoon. Just leave this to boil on high heat for about 30 minutes again, and I will come back and tell you guys what to do at that stage. So it's been half an hour and the water has completely reduced. There's only a little bit left. And the chana has gotten very soft. So what I'm going to do is just take the back of my spoon and kind of mash some of the chana so that the sauce gets nice and thick. Not too thick, but that it has some kind of substance to it. And I like my chana really watery. Not like water, but like, you know. I think you know what I mean if you're used to eating doubles. So now I'm just gonna add about a cup of water again. So I'm gonna actually add 2 cups of water. And I'm also gonna add the curry powder and the turmeric. So you just wanna add a very small pinch of both because a pinch goes a very long way. The turmeric is gonna give the nice color of the chana. It's not gonna be too dark with the jeera. So just remember, a little pinch, because if you only put too much saffron or curry, it's gonna overpower the flavor. So I'm gonna leave it on a high heat to kind of reduce a little more, and then I'll show you what it looks like. So after you add the water, and as soon as it comes up to a nice boil, you want to turn it off. I'm gonna leave a lot of liquid in mine because I like it really watery. You can dry it down more if you want, but as channa cools, it thickens. So just keep that in mind. So you want to leave some extra liquid so that when it thickens, it's still gonna have a little bit of sauce to it. So just set this aside, and now we're gonna work on the baras. So my dough has been sitting for quite some time. It's been about 7 hours, and it's really soaked in the oil, and that's what you want for bara. It has to be very oily to get that nice fluffy soft texture. So now what I'm gonna do is just form it into small balls. I'm gonna form mine really small because we're gonna spread this out thin. So you just want to put it on a plate so that when you're ready to fry it, it's gonna be easy to just open it out and put it in the pot. So now that I have all these into small balls, I'm gonna show you how I spread this out to fry it. So you can do it one of two ways. You can put some oil onto your plate. You can put your oil onto your plate and you can just rest it there and spread it out really thin. Or you can even do this on your counter as well. So you can spread it very thin. And I have my pot on medium-high heat, and it's been heating up for quite some time now. So now I'm going to take you over there and show you how to fry these. So my oil is really heated, and I'm just going to place the dough that I've just spread out. I'm just going to place it in there. And as soon as it goes into the oil, flip it. And it's done. So that was just about 2 seconds. The minute you over fry this, it's gonna get hard on you. So the second way I'm gonna show you how to spread it out is on your palms. And some people do it on their palm, and then some of them do it on the back of their palm. So you're just gonna spread it thinly. And you want to make sure that the ends are not too thick. So just drop it into the oil. And like I said, as soon as it goes in, turn it. Let it cook for like 2 seconds. And take it out. So when I'm done with these, I'm actually going to place it onto this bowl. I don't have a Styrotex container, but if you do, that's perfect for this, to keep the heat in. And I just line this with foil paper underneath, and I put some parchment paper on top of the foil, and then I put the bara in there. And you just want to cover it up just to keep the heat in there so that it stays really nice and soft. So I'm going to continue frying the baras, and then I'll show you them at the end. So I've finished frying all my bara, and they're extremely soft because I left the container closed, and you want to do that because you want to keep all the heat in there just to keep it soft. And I want to show you how soft it is. See how easy it's breaking apart, and it's very pliable. It's not at all stiff or anything. So now I'm gonna put a doubles together for you guys to show you how it looks. So first I'm gonna spoon my channa. I'm gonna put enough channa because I like a lot of channa. And I have my nice parchment paper here. But they also call this grease-proof paper. This is what doubles is typically served in. So I wanted to keep it traditional. I have some homemade tamarind chutney that I just made. So I will have the link for this in the info above. I have some coconut chutney. This is also going to be linked above. I have some pepper that I just blended up in some water, and I added a little bit of salt. So I'm going to make mine with like medium pepper. And I have some cucumber chutney here that I will also link in the info above. So this is the doubles, and I'm so eager to eat this right now, you won't even believe. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I know this is not like a traditional recipe or anything. I just wanted to share my version of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see videos as soon as I post them. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. And thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.